Hi, this is Arun Gupta. I'm here with Richard Warburton at JAX London. Hello, Richard.
Hi.
Hi. So introduce yourself.
I'm Richard. Just giving a talk about lambda expressions in Java 8. And I was talking yesterday as well a little bit about kind of big data and data analysis stuff with one of my co-workers, John. Always interesting to talk about these kind of topics. JAX London seems quite fun so far. Good attendees, good enthusiasm, good questions. I work these days at jClarity, who are a performance analysis tooling company. So we kind of do software that automatically finds out what kind of performance problems people have when they're running their application. And so, for example, we've got a daemon which we can run on your servers, monitor stuff, and you log into our UI, click one button, we do a complete root cause analysis of your performance problems, sub 1 minute. So aims to save you a lot of time.
Oh, fancy. Okay. So as you were talking yesterday, you were telling me that you use Vertx.
Yeah.
So tell me about Vertx. What is Vertx?
So Vertx is kind of like a development platform. So in some sense, it's not doing the same thing as an EE container platform is, but it's got a kind of lightweight container and a bunch of really useful different things in it. So the way Vertx's concurrency model works is it's all based upon message passing, no shared state, no shared mutable state, and all kind of non-blocking I/O. So we're in a situation where we kind of want to monitor a bunch of different customer machines, and as many machines that we can monitor as possible, the lower our infrastructure costs. But a lot of the time, because our daemons are really lightweight, they just kind of, if you haven't got a problem, they don't do anything. They're just sitting quietly, not intruding on your system. So we're in a situation where we just want to keep a whole load of kind of socket connections open, and non-blocking I/O is just great for this kind of use case. And we're also in a situation where, because we kind of want to have a lot of messages going back from our UI to our daemons, and then do a lot of publish and aggregation results, we're in a situation where kind of the way information flows through our application really fits a message passing style. So the fact Vertx has an event bus, which is really lightweight and really simple, means we can just model our application flow and it fits naturally into it. And we're also using their WebSocket functionality to talk to a browser-based UI, single-page app type thing. And that's been just a really, really easy experience to get going, because you also have SOC.js integration with Vertx. It means even if the customer doesn't have a browser that has a WebSocket support, it'll just back off onto older technologies. But you can still get the same abstraction. And in fact, the event bus even can kind of channel over the WebSocket. So we can actually send messages from our main application and still have that same message passing style in our browser-based UI, which is been really convenient.
Excellent. So you're telling me that you're using their message bus capability, you're using their WebSocket capability.
Yeah. Non-blocking I/O.
Non-blocking I/O. Those are sort of the three main characteristics from the Vertx that got you excited about it.
Yep.
Now, there are other frameworks available, which offer some of those capabilities. So Neshi, for example, is one of those. So help us understand the relationship between Vertx and Neshi.
So we looked at Neshi, and Neshi seemed like a really, really good, high-performance kind of framework, but it was a bit lower level. So if you're in a situation where you don't necessarily want the whole Vertx container model framework type stuff, but you still want a lot of what Neshi's providing in terms of your I/O, and you want to use that kind of more of a library style, Neshi's a great choice. But because Vertx itself actually builds on top of Neshi, it means you get a lot of the benefits of Neshi, but a higher level of abstraction, more of a kind of framework approach for your application. So I think we decided for us that Vertx was the right choice, but we're still really using Neshi under the hood, just at a higher level of abstraction.
Oh, that's nice. Now, Vertx, in addition to all of these abstractions, also give the polyglot capabilities.
Yeah.
So how are you using that?
So we've got mainly Java code, but we've got a bit of Groovy code as well. So we do use its polyglot functionality, but we don't use it as extensively as some other people might. But what we've actually found that's quite interesting is, if you're using a traditional Java framework, you're pretty much limited to using other Java frameworks. I mean, you have other language interop, but they need to support that. But because it's kind of polyglot by default, if we wanted to pick a module that someone else had chosen to write in Scala or Clojure or Groovy, it's fine, because we'll just talk to it via the event bus through a messaging protocol. So we can make use of code other people have written that's not in Java without having to necessarily buy into that language as a whole. It's also quite good because we were for a while thinking about trialing other things, and it's also gives us the opportunity, even though we're not using the polyglot functionality particularly, that if we want to say start migrating code to Scala, we can do it in a more incremental way and just break up into different verticals without having to go the whole hog, or if it proves to not be a good choice, pull back again and mitigate the risk of that kind of decision making. So that's pretty good to know that that's viable down the road if we want to go in that route.
Right. It certainly opens up the possibility that if you want to go that route, you're not restricting your choices.
Yeah.
No, that's very good, actually. So I think, once again, you're using Vertx, you love the polyglot capabilities, you love the event bus, you love the WebSocket part of it, you love the non-blocking I/O part of it.
Yeah.
And jClarity is doing awesome work.
Yep.
If people want to know more about jClarity, where can they go?
jClarity.com.
Excellent.
That's simple.
Excellent. Very good. Thanks a lot, Richard.
Thanks.